Wow. It's your girl, Kessa K. Your resident atheist. I'm driving right now, y'all. Bear with me. Man, boy, it's the conscious community being exposed. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. I always said the revolution and nation building should always start at home. Not with a bunch of fake people who are online, conscious bombs who feed off the masses, people who are looking for knowledge of self. These conscious bombs have always been in the community, and they hide their dirtiness behind regurgitating truth that's already been out there. If you go out there and do your research, and if you're interested in finding knowledge of self and who you are as a black person, yeah, all you have to do is do a little research and you'll find that information. Some people tend to receive information orally. I'm one of those people, but a lot of time you got to decipher and filter out what is bad and who's giving the information. People always say, "Oh, just take the message and not care about who's the person who's giving the message," right? Okay, let's talk about this. These conscious bombs have always been here, and there's a lot of people who are hiding their dirtiness. Like this whole thing with Polite and Sinetta and all these other conscious bombs who feed off of people, who take information that's already out there, regurgitated, and and now people are finding out about their nastiness, their dirtiness, them having these pedophile ways, which low-key have always existed. People just chose to sweep it underneath the carpet, hide it in plain sight. They hide it. I mean, people been seeing Polite have all these women, and the way he deal with these women daughters, something was off. People have always said this, and when you think about the person he was getting the message from, or he was learning his information from, like Dwight York, what they call Malachi York. Man, that dude was a pedophile too. And these people, pedophiles tend to follow other pedophiles. Just pay attention. Look at it. They might be bringing some regurgitated information, but it's just sad that a lot of people are just looking at it as, we didn't know they were this way. Y'all knew. And a lot of you who are in the black community, conscious black community, y'all hiding it. You guys are hiding it. And y'all do it on purpose. I experienced this myself. Even the women are hiding the bad behavior of the women. And they won't say anything. When you bring it up, it's like, no, that's how they are. When you bring it up, these women are dealing with mental illness too. At the end of the day, what I recognize, there are a lot of people who are dealing with mental illness. They're hiding it, and they're going out in the conscious community or going and hurting other people. Because who are the people who are getting hurt the most? The people who are seeking knowledge, looking for knowledge yourself, and then you got these conscious bombs coming out here trying to drop jewels or put people up on game and taking money from these people, creating these so-called events to heal themselves, when the reality is they will never be healed. These people will never be healed. Never. Because they're designed, misery loves company. And what I notice, a lot of people tend to hold these events, invite people out, and people love drama. People love hearing people war stories. It kills me when people share their damn war stories. I'm not interested in telling somebody my past life of how bad my shit was. Come on now. They are my war stories. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to treat my family well. I'm trying to treat my children well. I'm trying to raise accountable and, based on how I grew up, I'm not interested in telling them how bad it was for me. I don't care. I got to the point in my life I don't care, because dwelling on the past does not make you heal. And some of you black people need to get away from these conscious bums and just go out soul searching, looking for things or people who are not in pain. People who sit up there and talk about pain all day is the person you don't want to listen to. I'm just being real. If they talk about pain, hurt, and all the crap they've been through in their life, you don't want to listen to that person. Move on. You want to look for peace and serenity. You want a place of healing. You want to be able to be somewhere where people are loved and can love you. A person who is in constant pain or wanting you to hear their pain is not interested in healing you. I'm just being real. Because they want you to be down and be miserable just like them. They want you to constantly feel what they feel. I'm the type of person, listen, I'm trying to have a beautiful day. I'm trying to be lovely. I'm not trying to let you burn my energy. People who like to take good energy away from you, stay the hell away from those people. They're not good people. Some people don't want to hear the truth in regards to that. And that's sad. They don't want to hear the truth when you tell them, hey, that person got bad energy. You kind of want to stay away from that. Look, even if they're family and if they're negative all the time, they will draw from your good energy, drain you, and because they will never be at peace. All right, I know I'm just repeating myself right now. And today I'm feeling a little bit tired. I work, and now I'm going to go to the other side of Houston and handle some business. But I wanted to say, you guys got to be aware of the conscious bombs. Stay away from that bad energy. Stay away from culture. Anything where people telling you if you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Man, stay away from people like that. Something ain't right about those people when they're telling you how you should be living your life. At the end of the day, you came into this world alone and you will die alone. You just want to have good people around you when you make your exit from this planet. And that's how I feel. You just want to have good souls, good individuals, people who's going to look after you. I'm learning, and I guess that's why I'm very antisocial, because I'm noticing that there are a lot of bad people I come around with bad energy. They tend to be cultish. They want to be in these crazy religion. They want to fellowship. They want to give you rules and regulations on how to behave, how you should look, how you should be educated. And I'm not interested. I'm just not. It's just not me to assimilate into a system that doesn't make me feel comfortable. I want to feel relaxed. I want to feel comfortable. I don't want to always feel like I'm at war with an individual or a certain type of culture that's not designed for me, that doesn't make me feel like I can be myself. I raised my children. I might not agree with whatever they decide who they decide to share their life with, or their sexuality, or how they tend to identify themselves, because that I don't live their life. I'm not in their body. I'm not, I can't live their life for them. So I'm like this, do you. I always tell my children, do what makes you feel better, as long as you're not being mean and ugly to people. And then you tend to have a lot of mean and ugliness out there. And that's just me being truthful. I mean, people don't want to accept realness. They love drama. And, and that's where we are right now. We're living in a society and a culture that's been breeding nothing but hate and drama. Now, black people, we're all not the same. Just because we share the same complexion doesn't mean we're the same people. We come from the same tribe, and yes, some black people tend to be tribal. What group of ethnic people are not tribal? What group of race of people is not tribal? You have a lot of tribal people, and I'm in a sense, I'm not going to say I'm tribal, but I have my own way of life. I'm non-religious. I don't accept the concept of God, and that's only because that concept of God is not something that is needed in my life. I tell people, if that's something that you're comfortable with and you're comfortable with and in believing, and that's okay, and that's fine. It's okay to believe what you want to believe, but it's not okay to try to convert someone else to believe your belief system and say your belief system is emphatically the correct one. You should not be trying to convince other people to do that, and that's just how I feel. I think people should live in a world where they are comfortable being themselves. You shouldn't go out all crazy and do craziness and to try to convince people to do something other than themselves. And if you're out there soul searching, or spiritual searching, listen, don't think atheistic people are not spiritual. We're spiritual by nature. Anything with life has a spirit in them. Every atheist do not define atheism the same. The philosophy and the ideology of atheism is changing, and that depends on the individual. I don't define atheism as someone else. Some scientists would define atheism, or I don't go by the book definition of what an atheist is. I always say I'm atheistic. I don't acknowledge the concept of God, and that's only in a sense and of definition of what God is supposed to be. I don't get down with all that religious stuff. I know and understand I can't move in places that does. I mean, it's a trigger for me, and that's okay. I'm comfortable where I know I am acceptable. And that's the problem. We tend to be in worlds that we don't need to be in. We want to change something that cannot be changed. We want to convert things that don't need to be converted. If it's your nature to be who you are, then be who you are. Time will change you, and that's inevitable. Time is designed to change and teach you to grow to be either better or either to be wicked. Whatever, that's just the duality of life. Bad, good, that's just how things are. You got God and devil. Duality. God and devil is the same person, in my opinion. But some people don't tend to believe that. Devil tend to get the bad rap. I always say that. I love saying the devil always get the bad rap. Because the devil tells you the truth, but you don't believe the truth. And that's how it is sometimes. He tells you what you shouldn't be doing, or he brings something to your attention and you don't want to believe it. And it is what it is. God wants you to follow the rules, sit back and be a spectator, and that's how it works. That's how come I can't accept that concept of what a God is, because I'm not interested in God concepts that are spectators. You got a lot of human beings that are like that. They want to play God or be God, and they sit back and be spectators when things go wrong. You give God all the glory when things go right, but you give the devil all the glory when things go wrong. So at the end of the day, I'm going to say peace. I'm out of here.